Welcome, everybody, to this 52nd class in this Bhagavad Gita study series. So, today we will start the study of a very grand chapter, the Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, chapter 11 of the Bhagavad Gita, the yoga of the glories of divine manifestations. So, Vishwarupam, the cosmic form, Vishwa is the universe, so the universal form, all the divine universal manifestations. So, and Arjuna is going to receive that sight. So, that is what the chapter is about. Whenever we see the Bhagavad Gita illustrations, it is usually Krishna showing his Vishwarupa Darshanam and Arjuna standing below with folded palms. So, that's what you see. So, this is considered like it's a very beautiful, majestic chapter with a lot of, most of the chapter is in Trishtup meter. I've already said Trishtup means sensationalism. Anushtup is a regular meter which is formed, and Trishtup is where with all this drums, sound, and everything happening, it shows some very important event, sensationalism. So Bhagavan is going to show his Vishwarupam, and all these paraphernalia accompany that. So, as usual, we would like to thank Swami Paramarthananda Saraswati for the traditional rendering of Vedanta as it was done for over 1,000 years, starting with Adi Shankaracharya. And we will say a small prayer. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Sada Shiva Samarampam Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Salutations to the lineage starting with Lord Sadashiva, with Adi Shankaracharya in the middle and continuing up to our immediate teacher, Swami Paramarthananda Saraswati. Okay. Now we'll first we'll give an introduction to the 11th chapter. So, as you know, the Bhagavad Gita is divided into Shatkams. Shatkam means a collection of 6. So, 6 chapters each, collection of 6 chapters each. The first 6 chapters are called Prathama Shatkam. And what do they talk about? They talk about the nature of the jiva, that is the nature of the individual. And the second Shatkam talks about the nature of the Ishvara, that is God or whatever you can call. So let's see. Prathama Shatkam, nature of the Jiva. Second, Ishvara Swarupa, Madhyama Shatkam, the middle 6 chapters. That's where we are now, from 7 through 12. So we are at close to the end of the Madhyama Shatkam, the nature of Ishvara. So starting with the 7th chapter, Bhagavan has been talking about what is the nature of Ishvara. Bhagavan, the beginning of the 7th chapter, immediately he says, Apareyamitastvanyam prakritim vitti me param jiva bhuta mahabaho yayedam dharyate jagat. There are 2 forms to me, Ishvara. One is called the apara prakriti, the lower form, which you see as this universe, all these objects. I pervade. It is not that these things are separate. I pervade as the universe. So Ishvara consists of 2 parts. One is the apara prakriti, and then apareyam mitastvanyam. We have more superior thing than this is there. That is my higher form. That is called para prakriti, the higher nature. That is pure consciousness. These 2 go together and form the entire universe. And this 2 is called Ishvara. What 2? The pure consciousness and what is called the Maya. Maya refers to the innate nature of all the material. When the things resolve, they become Maya. Then during creation, Srishti, they become all this matter, energy, everything. The seed form, it's called Maya. And in the Charama Shatkam, there's the last 6 chapters. Charama means in Jiva, Jivatma, Paramatma, Swarupa Aikyam. It is the same consciousness that is there in the universe that's also shining within us. That is the oneness. It is called Tat Tvam Asi. So the entire Bhagavad Gita is explanation of the Mahavakyam. Mahavakyam means a great equation. So Swamiji would always say, you don't write an equation to say 5 is equal to 5. You don't write an equation to say 5 is not equal to 2. But when you say 10 minus 6 is equal to 4, the two sides look apparently different. Or 1000 minus 999 is equal to 1. One side has huge numbers, 1999. The other side has a little number. Like that, the Paramatma, God, as the entire universe looks big, but we, the puny little human, one, but they're essentially one and the same. And the example, the classic example they give in Vedanta is the wave ocean analogy. The wave looks tiny compared to the mighty ocean, and it looks a little different, but what is the content? It is water. Similarly, the content in everywhere in the universe, including us, is Chaitanyam. You are not the body, you are not the mind, but you are the Chaitanyam. So that is the entire message of the Bhagavad Gita. Okay. Now, I'll give a short introduction to chapter 11. So it is the culmination of the nature of Ishvara described in chapters 7 and even in 8, 9, and 10. A little less in 8, but also in 8. So Ishvara is both the instrumental and the material cause of the universe. It is Ishvara is called Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karan. So Nimittam means it's like the instrumental cause, like a carpenter building a table. Carpenter is the intelligent or instrumental cause, and that wood is the material cause. Bhagavan is likened to a spider in the Upanishad. So we've seen that example before, where Bhagavan comes not only like a spider creates a web on its own, it also weaves the web. Where does the web come from? The web comes from the spider. So like that, Bhagavan is in the Upanishads, it's akin, Mundaka Upanishads, it is akin to a spider. So as the spider creates and absorbs, Urna Nabi means, Nabi means navel or stomach. Urna Nabi means it produces this material from the Urnanabi. So Yatha, just as Urnanabi means spider in Sanskrit, Srijate Grunnate, it creates and absorbs. It can take the web. How does, when you've seen a spider go up, what does it do? It pulls the web inside. It just goes up. Like that, Bhagavan creates, Bhagavan takes it in, everything. So this is a very important example that's given in the Upanishads. Bhagavan is both the instrumental, intelligent, as well as the material cause of the entire universe. These two, but the two forms are, one is slightly higher. The instrumental, the intelligent cause, that is what's called the Brahman. That is the higher form. Bhagavan very clearly says that immediately in the 7th chapter, Apareyam itastvanyam. It is the higher form of me is this Brahman. Okay. So far, everything is clear. Very important, because he's going to summarize all that. Now it's all bang, bang, all this flashy 1,000 heads, all those will come. But we have to understand the context. Otherwise, it'll be very confusing. Okay. It's everybody clear? Okay. And blessed by the Brahman, this one material cause manifests as various forms in the universe. Blessed by the Brahman, the intelligent cause. So Bhagavan says, I am the material cause of this entire universe, consisting of both the para and the apara prakriti. Universe is nothing but God evolved with different nama rupa, names and forms. And we will see that in the next point. Very important point. This we've seen that in the 7th chapter in great detail. I will explain it again. Nama rupa means name and form. The typical example that's given in Vedanta is that of jewelry. Okay. What is jewelry? I have all these gold jewelry. There's only one thing essential in it. What is that? It is gold. But we call it ring, we call it chain, all the names and forms. But what is it? It is just gold. Gold. There is only one material cause that evolved into many names and forms. Similarly, Ishvara, evolved, is universe. Prapancha, all names and forms in the universe, resolved, is Ishvara. You understand? Prapancha means evolved, then resolved. Resolution, you call it pralayam. We don't call it, in Vedanta, we don't call it destruction. Because pralayam means, I think it's destruction. No, it's resolved and evolved and resolved. Okay, those are the two words that are used. All names and forms resolved is called Ishvara. Um, so, if I should desire a darshanam of gold, um, I need not separately attempt to view gold. When I am seeing all the ornaments, I am seeing gold alone. I need not dismiss the ornaments and separately seek for the gold. Do you understand? So that is the entire message of this chapter. If you want to look for God, you have to refine your mind so that you see God in all the objects. So um, Swamiji will give this joke, the example. He says, if a person says, I'm fed up with seeing the ornaments, thought it will not happen to us because we are all like gold. So this person, he wanted to get pure gold, but he doesn't want to see all the ornaments. He wants to get like pure gold in gold form. But what the person is missing is that the ornaments itself is gold. When we look at the world as the embodiment of Ishvara, it is called Vishwarupa Darshana. Vishwarupam, like the entire universe, it's not an extraordinary object. It is an extraordinary attitude towards an ordinary universe. So, and unfortunately, our minds are not refined to see the um, subtle beauty in the universe. So Arjuna's mind is also not refined. Arjuna is just like us, maybe a little step above us. That's it. He's not a very refined intelligence. So the entire Bhagavad Gita is for people like us. So Arjuna is not any more um, spiritually evolved than us. So Bhagavan, therefore, since he is not mature, he kind of cleans his mind. So it is symbolically seen as saying, I will give you divine eyes. So we'll see that in the 8th shloka. Natu mam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogamaishwaram. I give you divine vision. Divyam chakshuhu darami. I give you divine eyesight. Behold my majestic opulence. Pashyame yogam aishwaram. My yogic splendor. Here, yoga refers to just like the outpouring. Um, so the yoga has many words, many meanings, right? Yoga, yet yujjate, that's yoga. What unites is yoga. We've also seen yoga kshemam. Yoga means acquisition, shema means preservation. That's what insurance is all about. If you see LIC Corporation of India, Life Insurance Corporation, their motto is Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. We will give both, we will help you preserve that whatever you acquire. Okay, and we'll also acquire and preserve. So yoga has different meanings. Here yoga um, um, refers to the two things: yoga versus maya. Maya is the latent potential energy. Yoga is like the kinetic energy. Um, it is the manifested form. So paschame yogam aishwaram. Aishwaram means lordliness, opulence. Here, see my manifested opulence, my majestic opulence. So Bhagavan gives special, he cleans up Arjuna's mind. So Arjuna's mind is fine and he's able to see all the stuff. Okay. Now, Swamiji calls this attitudinal versus physical appreciation. This is very important. This concept you have to know. Antics, like, there was a great cricketer called Donald Bradman. His bat, the one that he used, it sold for 10,000 times its value. So antiques sell for 10,000 times or even more than their ordinary value. It requires tremendous intellectual drill and mental refinement, because we are not seeing anything new, but something old with a new attitude. Um, that's why Krishna, it's very difficult. So Krishna gives training in 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th chapters before introducing the 11th chapter. The culmination of the 7, 8, 9, 10 is the 11th chapter. So we've seen this. There are different forms of Ishvara for various levels of bhaktas, right? The Aneka Rupa Ishvara, which is Ekarupa Ishvara for the beginner student, or Manda Bhaktaha, where there's only you worship as God as Krishna, or as Rama, all those things. Ekarupa, one form only. You concentrate on that form, you worship. Then Aneka Rupa Ishvara, which is cosmic form, made world, the God comes as entire universe, for Madhyama Bhakta, the intermediate student. Then Arupa Nirguna Brahman for the Uttama Bhakta, or the advanced student. That is the highest form. Okay. So far, any questions? So I've kind of given an overview, because this chapter is the culmination of 7, 8, 9, 10. So you have to understand why. Now it's all many canine teeth, tusks, 100 heads, 1,000 stomachs. This is how it will come. Entire chapter will be like this. But you have to understand why all those are there, because Bhagavan is trying to say that I manifest as the entire universe. So the topics in chapter 11, Arjuna first requests for Vishwarupa Darshanam, and Krishna is providing him divine vision. What is divine vision? It is correct attitude. Divya Chakshu, Krishna says, I will bless you with this attitudinal change. If you want to put in the technical language, it's nothing but a mind free from ahankara and mamakara, egoism. Okay? Then, so in this, Sanjaya will narrate all those things, the magnificent things Sanjaya is narrating, right? So Sanjaya probably already has such a mind. Some commentators say that the word Sanjaya itself means one who has conquered the enemies of ahankara and mamakara. Some Jaya has conquered everything. So that is Sanjaya. And so also in the Mahabharata story, there's only one person other than, so Vyasacharya says, he introduces all this Granthi Shlokas throughout the Mahabharata. You know what the Granthi Shloka is, right? A twisted shloka, very difficult to understand the meaning, so that when Ganesha is writing, he can stop for a moment to think and write. So then Vyasa can take a breath, because he's constantly, this is what he's doing. The whole thing he's narrating. Pashyami devam tava deva dehe lokan sata vishesha sangan brahmanamisham kamalasanastam rishinsa sarvan uragancha devyan. Like this, he's going on telling. And he needs a break. So he introduces this Granthi shlokas. And Vyasacharya is very smart. He knows there's only one other person other than me who will understand all this Granthi shlokas. That is my son, Sukha. Okay. Then there's probably one other person who can understand. That is Sanjaya. So Sanjaya is very smart. And what is Vishwa? Sanjaya is the one who's narrating all this to Dhritarashtra. What is Vishwarupa Darshanam? Lord has hundreds of hands, thousands of legs, thousands of heads, stomachs. So that is how it's portrayed in the movies and all that. But actually, the Swamiji will always say, don't get carried away by all that. It is just Krishna coming as all that. It is just attitude towards all the people that you see in the world, with all that thousands of stomachs, thousands of heads, everything. That is Vishwarupa Darshan. But I mean, you can interpret it whichever way you want. You can make it, I don't want to be a spoil sport. And but this is what Swamiji says. It's not like Krishna is showing thousands of heads, thousands of hands with all divine weapons, but it is a manifestation of the entire universe. So Arjuna understands that. Because when we see 1,000 people, and say, oh, 1,000 people. Okay. So Arjuna his first 8 shlokas, Arjuna's request, and Bhagavan gives him divine vision. Then Arjuna is stunned and speechless at seeing this glory. And Sanjaya, Arjuna, he's speechless and seeing the glory first when it happens. So Sanjaya takes over. Silence, right? Something has to go on. So Sanjaya starts narrating this portion, 9 through 14. Then Arjuna's first phase. Arjuna goes through phases. First phase is Ascharyam, being wonderstruck. And then the second phase is fear. Why fear? Because he's not ready. Krishna has given him this thing to be able to see, but his mind is not ready. So he's afraid. It's just like when you go to the top of a building, you're not like really trained at certain, or you do rope walking across a canyon. Imagine from one portion of the canyon to another, there's a rope bridge and you walk. You're not trained. View is beautiful. You're not going to be able to enjoy the view. You're going to be scared. Like that, Arjuna is now scared. Then Krishna answers Arjuna's question on who he really is. At the end of the second phase, Arjuna is scared. Who are you? Tell me, who are you? Then Krishna answers who I really am. So he's prepared him for all this. Still, Arjuna doesn't understand. So Krishna repeats. Arjuna's third phase is surrender. I don't want to see any more of this. Please show me your original form. And then Upasamhara, or Bhagavan's verses on the Vishwarupa. So Krishna finally shows his original form, and he is giving a conclusion. Okay, so we will start with the first 8 shlokas. Arjuna's request for Vishwarupa Darshanam, the correct attitude. Okay, and Bhagavan giving him the correct divine vision or the correct attitude. We'll start with the first shloka. Arjuna uvacha madanugrahaya paramam guhyamadhyatma sankhmitam yatvayoktam vachastena mohoyam vigato mama. Arjuna said, by the supreme secret known as the knowledge of the self, Paramam Guhyam. Guhyam means secret, great secret. And what is this great secret? Adhyatma Sangitam. Adhyatma refers to the self, knowledge of the self, Jivatma Jnanam, who we really are. By the supreme secret known as the knowledge of the self, which words of wisdom were told by you, yet vaya uktam, by you told, for compassionate, told by you for compassionately blessing me who are sorrow stricken, my delusion is now gone. Yet, which vaya, by you, uktam, told, vachaha, the words of wisdom, tena, by you, I am mohaha, this delusion. Mohaha is delusion. I am this mama mohaha, my delusion. Vigataha is gone, and it is by your anugrahaya, you, for your compassionately blessing, your compassionate blessing. So this is the if you see the middle shatkam. The middle shatkam. So in the first shatkam, the prayatna, the individual effort, was emphasized. Here, individual effort alone is not good. If you do things with the ego, oh, I am superior, I can do everything myself, you're not going to get far and go somewhere. So one thing you need is surrender. Ishvara anugraha is what's needed. Okay, so that is what is emphasized here. My delusion is now gone. So in the first 8 verses, we get an introduction to this topic, and how does Arjuna now summarizes whatever he has learned. So now Arjuna is summarizing chapters 2 through 6, because Krishna's teaching started in the second chapter. And what is there in the Prathama Shatkam? Jiva Swarupam. So Adhyatma Sangitam, Adhyatma, the nature of the self. So the contents of the chapters 2 to 5 is Jiva Swarupa Varnanam, description of the nature of the individual Jiva. So Arjuna says, you told me that, I am very grateful. So, and what is the nature of the individual Jiva? The physical body is only a temporary dress which we have taken at the time of birth. Similarly, mind is also a temporary instrument which we use in the waking and dream state, which we shed at the time of deep sleep. Therefore, I am neither the body nor the mind. I am the nature of Chaitanyam, the consciousness principle. And what is the consciousness? Consciousness is, Swamiji gives these 4 properties of consciousness. Consciousness is not part or property of the body. Consciousness is an independent entity which pervades and enlivens the body. Consciousness is not limited by the boundaries of the body. It's pervading everywhere. It just needs a suitable medium. The subtle body, Sukshma Shariram, needs to be there. Consciousness survives even after the fall of the body. That eternal, all-pervading consciousness is my true nature. Arjuna indicates his gratitude, and I am Mamaha. Arjuna has, he says, Mama Mohaha, my delusion. And Arjuna has twofold delusion. What is the delusion? Dharma, adharma, mohaha. What is correct and what is wrong? What is the second delusion he has? Atma, anatma, mohaha. Confusion regarding who he really is. What is real? What is not real? Bhagavan is telling him, this body is not real. It'll come and go. But your consciousness, it is real. Okay? So 2 kinds of confusion. What should I kill them or not kill them? Dharma, adharma, right, wrong. Then confusion regarding sat, asat, what is real, what is not. Ethical conflict and philosophical confusion. This is how Swamiji describes it. These are the 2 moha. So 1 shloka, Arjuna is now repeating to his teacher how he has understood everything, the Pratama Shatkam, and now Arjuna is going to come to the second Madhyama Shatkam. He says, Bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya tvatta kamalapatraksha mahatmyam api chapyayam. Bhavapyayau, the origin and the dissolution of bhava apyayau, origin and dissolution. Bhavam means origin. Hayati, it just dissolves, it's gone. Origin and the dissolution of the beings, bhutanam, of all beings, and as well as your inexhaustible greatness has been heard in detail by me from you, whose eyes looks like lotus petals. Okay, so let's look at the shloka. Bhavapyayau hi bhutanam shrutau vistarasho maya. Shrutau, I have heard vistarasho in great detail, inexhaustible detail. Maya, by me. From whom? Pattaha, from you. Kamalapatra aksha. Akshi means eyes. Kamalapatra means lotus petals. Okay, so Kamalapatra aksha, his eyes are like pink. That's it's beautiful, like a lotus petals. Mahatmyam apicha avyayam, as well as your inexhaustible greatness. Mahatmyam is greatness. Avyayam means inexhaustible. So I have heard the origin, the dissolution of beings, as well as your inexhaustible greatness from you, whose eyes looks like lotus petals. So uh, Vishnu is always depicted with eyes looking like lotus petals. So even in the Gita Dhyanam, this comes Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pulla Ravinda Yata Patra Netra Ravinda Yata Patra Netra, like Ravindra Patra is lotus petals, like that. Yata Patra Netra, your eyes looking like lotus petals. So here Arjuna says, you've told me about Ishvara Swarupam in great detail in chapter 7, 8, 9, 10. The origin and dissolution. Bhagavan has told us many, many, many times. Avyaktam तथाव्यक्तयः सर्वाः प्रभवन्त्यः रागमे रात्र्यागमे प्रलीयन्ते तत्रैवाप्यक्तसंज्ञके. During the day, which is the day of Brahma, creation happens, and during the night it gets resolved. And Bhagavan, in the second chapter, this is in the 8th chapter, he has said that. Even in the second chapter he has hinted, Avyaktadini bhutani vyaktamadhyani bharata avyaktanidhanan eva tatraka paridevana. Beings are manifest in the beginning, uh, and beings are unmanifest in the beginning, they become manifested during creation, then they again get unmanifested during pralayam, dissolution. So initially everything was in the pralayam state, night, then daytime, creation, again pralayam, dissolution. It's like a pumping cycle. Okay. Lord is the material cause of the universe. It is out of Bhagavan alone the universe has emerged, like the wave ocean analogy that we saw. And what kind of God is this God? Krishna started in great detail. It is not a jealous God. It's not a partial God. Nachamam tani karmani nibatnanti dhananjaya udasinavadasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. I create and dissolve, but these actions don't bind me. Whenever we do an action, it binds us. That's why they say, become a yogi. Karma ashukla akrishnam yoginaha trividam itaresham. For the yogi, the karma is neither white nor black. For us, it falls into three categories: white, black, and gray. Yogi does karma, and the karma doesn't stick to the yogi. Like the Bhagavan, the karma doesn't stick. Udasinavat I sit asinam, I'm sitting udasinavat, very impartial. I don't care anything. Whether you worship me or not, it is your karma. Samoham sarvabhuteshu nametveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maiteteshu chapyaham. Everybody is equal to me. Samoham sarvabhuteshu namedveshyosti na priyaha. It's not like I'm partial to one and impartial to another. Okay. Evam etatyata tattvam atmanam parameshvara drashtumichhami te rupam aishwaram purushottama. Just as you have declared yourself, O Parameshwara, in the same manner, I would like to see this lordly form, O Purushottama. Okay, let's look at the meaning. Evam, thus, in the same manner, etad te aishwaram rupam. Etad, this, te means yours. Aishwaram rupam, this lordly form of yours. We saw the meaning of word Aishwara, right? Aishwara means lordly. Trashtum ichchami, I would like to see. Ichchami, desire, I would like to see. O Purushottama. So now you see, Arjuna, previously he was just calling Bhagavan Madhusudana, all these things, right? Keshava, Nishudana, all these things based on facts. Now look at every verse, Arjuna adds one or two words of the Lord's glory. In the previous words, he uses Kamala Patraksha, the eyes looking like lotus petals. Now he uses two words, Parameshwara, the great Lord, Parama Ishvara, great Lord, and Purusha Uttama, the supreme Purusha, two words. So, and also usually Parameshwara refers to Shiva, but here Vyasacharya wants to make sure that Shiva and Vishnu are one and the same. So he's calling Krishna Parameshwara, a name given usually to Shiva. Manjase yadi tachakyam maya drashtumiti prabho yogeshvara tato me tvam darshayatmanam avyayam. If you think it is possible for me to see it thus, O Prabhu, O Lord, Prabhu means Lord, then, O Lord of Yoga, show me your imperishable self. Avyayam Atmanam Darshayaha. Darshayaha, show me. Show me what? Avyayam, the imperishable Atmanam, your true imperishable self. Okay? O Prabhu, yedi manyase, manyase means if you think. But he doesn't say show me. He says if you think, chak, chakyam drashtum tata, it is possible to see. See what? Um, from Avyayam Atmanam, your imperishable self, iti tas maya, by me, tata, then darshayaha, please show me your imperishable self. Use your miraculous powers and temporarily remove the veil covering my eyes. Okay? So, avaranam, the eyes are covered with all this dust. So, remove that. So, eyes means the eyes of the mind. I can enjoy the Vishwarupa Darshan. That's what Arjuna is requesting. Then Bhagavan. Now comes all the fancy things Bhagavan is going to show. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Pashya me Patarupani Shatashota Sahasrashaha Nana Vidhani Divyani Nana Varna Kritini Cha. Bhagavan, the Bhagavan is one who possesses the six glories, Aishwaryam. We saw all that, right? So the blessed Lord said, behold my forms, Pashyame Partha Rupam, Rupam form. O Partha, behold my forms. Shatasho Atha Sahasrashaha. Shataha means hundreds, Atha and Sahasrashaha, thousands, in hundreds and thousands. Of what? Nana Vidani. So various sorts. Vidam means sorts, different kinds. Nana Vidani. Divyani, and they are very divine. Divya means divine. Nana Varna. Akritini cha. Nana Varna means of various colors. Varna means color. Nana Varna. Akritini means shapes. Various shapes. Look at, I'm going to show you. So in the movies at this time, they seek make Krishna from one person, the head start changing from one comes many heads start coming, and the music starts coming up already. Preparation for the Trishtup meter. You'll see this music going into a crescendo now, and then Paschadit Paschadityan Vasun Rudran Ashvinau Marutastatha Bahun Yadrishta Purpani Pashyacharyani Bharata. Pashya Adityan, the Adityas. We've seen the Adityas. Remember the sons of Aditis in the 10th chapter. When we did the 10th chapter, we saw that Pashya, Adityan, then we saw the Vasus. Okay, so let's see, this comes up. Vasus, then the Rudra, Ashwino, the two Ashwini Kumaras, and also the Marutas. We saw all those in the 10th chapter. So let's see, this comes up. It's taking time. Pashyacharyani Bharata. Behold, O Bharata, Bharata refers to Arjuna, many wonders. Adrishta Purvani. Adrishta means not seen, Purvani previously. Never seen before wonders. You are now seeing never seen before wonders. Okay, so we've seen that the 12 Adityas, the deities presiding over the 12 faces of the sun, Ekadasha Rudraha. So there are two versions to the Rudras. Well, so one is a Rishi asking Shiva for a boon to be born as his sons to destroy the Asuras. So that is one. Another, Brahma becomes angry, and from his anger comes 11 Rudras. Then Ashta Vasavaha, the 8 Vasus, deities of material elements, that is sky, earth, wind, fire, stars, water, sun, moon, all that. So all that we've seen in details. And Marutahas, and of all the Marutas, I am the soft breath. This is the wind principles, different kinds of wind principles. And Bhagavan says, Marichi Marutam Asmi. I am Marichi, this the pleasant breeze of all the Marutas. Okay. Then, um, so in the um, by the grace of the Mahatma or the Lord, a person can get temporary purification and get the impact of Vishwarupa, right? But this is only going to be temporary. We'll find that Arjuna getting the temporary benefit, and since the purification of the mind is artificial, the benefit is not fully appreciated. So you will see that um, Arjuna gets the thrill, but later Arjuna is not happy with the Vishwarupa darshanam. So only when we work hard and purify the mind, then the Vishwarupa darshanam is permanent. So some people think there's a shortcut. You go to some very divine person, you get blessed by the person, you will get super intellect. All those don't work. You have to put in the effort, is what is implied here. Only when we work hard and purify the mind, the Vishwarupa Darshanam will be permanent. Okay. Ihaikastam jagat kritsnam pashyatya sacharacharam mama dehe gudakesha yachan yatrashtumichyasi. Behold, hey, Eka, here, Adya, now. Behold, here and now, O Gudakesha. So Gudakesha refers to Arjuna. Gudakesha, his one is one who has conquered sleep, and the other is Kesha. He has very beautiful hair. Oh, Gudakesha, behold here and now in my body the entire universe, Jagat Kritsnam, the entire universe. Pashya Sacharam Sa Acharam. Sa Cha Acharam. Sacharam means the moving elements, which is the living beings, and the unmoving living beings, which is the plants. Behold in my body the entire universe with the moving and the unmoving placed together, and whatever else you wish to see. Yach cha anyat drashtumichasi. Anyat means other things. Yat cha, whatever else you wish to see. Drashtumichasi means you wish to see. You can see everything in this body of mine. He's showing his Vishwarupa Darshanam. Natu mam shakyase drashtum. Okay, so Gudakesha is a question. What is the meaning of the word Gudakesha? So we saw that previously in the 10th chapter also. Let me see if I can pull that slide. So Gudakesha means one who is the conqueror of sleep. Another meaning is, let's see, it also means it means the sattvic one, because sleep is considered tamasic, right? So Guda Kesha means it means one who is sattvic, tamo guna or nidra, uh, he's the master of the conqueror of tamo guna or nidra, or you can say conqueror of sleep. But in this, so Arjuna gets the title of Gudakesha because all the 18 days of the battle, he did not sleep. Okay. So, but this happens after the Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita happens at the beginning of the Mahabharata war. So, most likely meaning is one who has conquered the Tamo Guna. So, Krishna is telling you are a wonderful disciple. So, it's giving the title Gudakesha. Natu mam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashyame yogam aishwaram. But you cannot see me with this ordinary eyes, because your mind, ordinary eyes means what? Your mental, intellectual capacity is not that high. I will give you divine eyes. I will clean up your mind, make it very steady, right? Very calm. Like you have these chamomile teas. When you're stressed, you drink it, you become calm, right? Like that, I will calm your mind. I will make your mind suitable for seeing my divine glory. Behold my yogam aishwaram. So here, yogam is my manifestation. Remember, yoga and maya. Yoga has different meanings. Here it means my manifestation. Behold my lordly yoga. So Krishna introduces two types of chakshuhu. One is eyes, one is laukika chakshuhu, another is divya chakshuhu. Krishna tells laukika means worldly eyes. You just look at things that you like. Here, another is divine eyes, more refined vision, which is intellect. Um, Krishna tells Arjuna, you cannot see Ishvara Darshanam with the help of mere physical eyes, because anenaiva swachakshusha means laukika chakshu, worldly eyes, no. In fact, some people interpret this tilakam that people put as a symbol of divya chakshu. Divya chakshu gives attitudinal change. And once that attitudinal change happens, then relook the same world in front of you, Mama Yogam Aishwaram, you'll see divine glory. Okay. So with this, the first Arjuna's request and Krishna giving him divine vision is over. Now Arjuna is stunned and speechless at the glory, and Sanjaya narrates this portion. Sanjaya takes over the narration because Arjuna, quiet, is mesmerized and is silent. So Sanjaya uvacha evam uktva tato rajan mahayogeshwaro harihi darshayam asapartaya paramam rupam aishwaram. Sanjaya tells, Rajan refers to King Dhritarashtra, to whom Sanjaya is narrating everything. Evam uktva tataha rajan. Tataha, thus, evam, this having uktva, having spoken thus, O Rajan, O King Dhritarashtra, Mahayogeshwaro Harihi, the great Lord of Yoga, Hari, the great Lord of Yoga, Parthaya Darshayam, showed to Partha, what did he show? Paramam Rupam Aishwaram, the supreme lordly form. So Sanjaya is narrating. So Vyasacharya gives Sanjaya divine vision so that just sitting in the camp, he can see what's going on in the battlefield. And he narrates it to Dhritarashtra. Dhritarashtra is a blind king. And his wife Gandhari is blindfolded. She chooses to blindfold herself. So she cannot see either, and she doesn't want to see anything because it's all the gory details. She knows deep inside all her sons are going to get killed because Bhagavan is on the side of the Pandavas. Okay? Then comes beautiful verses. Now, we'll start with Anushtuk meter and then move on to Trishtuk meter. Anekavaktranayanam Anekatbhutadarshanam Anekadivyabharanam Divyanekotyatayudam Divyamalyambharadaram Divyagandhanulepanam Sarvashcharyamayam Devam Anantam Vishwato Mukham. So these two shlokas, it's not in Trishtuk meter, but you have to combine them because it's continuation. Okay. So first one, Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, with Vaktram means mouths, with many mouths. Vaktram also means tusk or teeth. So Vaktratunda Mahakaya, like Ganesha is one with a broken tusk, Tunda Mahakaya. So here it refers to mouths. Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, with many marvelous sights. Anekatbhuta Darshana, many marvelous sights. With many mouths, Nayanam means it's eyes, so I missed that. Many mouths and eyes with many marvelous sights. Aneka divya abaranam, many divine ornaments. Divya abaranam means divine ornaments. Abaranam is ornament. Divya anekot yatayudam. Aneka divya ayudam, yatha ayudam. Divine weapons roused. So it sees many divine weapons, all of Bhagavan's Sudarshana Chakra, his bow, everything comes. Divyamalyam Bharadaram, with many divine, everything is Divyam, divine garlands. Mala is garlands. Divyamala Malyam Bharadaram. So, and garments. Divya Gandha Anulepanam. Gandha means perfumes. Anulepanam, anointed with celestial perfumes. Sarvashcharyamayam Devam. Sarva Ashcharyamayam, just full of wonders, boundless. Anantam, just boundless. Ananta means without an end, boundless. Vishvato Mukham, with faces in all directions. Sarva Ashcharyam, just full of wonders. Ashcharyamayam means wonderful, just full of wonders. Boundless, Anantam is boundless. Vishvato Mukham, with faces seeing everything, perceiving the entire universe. Eyes, you cannot escape the gaze of Bhagavan. It's kind of what is meant here. Okay. So with this, we'll stop here and we'll do the chanting.